Sometimes in your academic classes, you're going to be asked to write a research paper or some kind of paper that requires you to have references or sources. So how do you cite those sources? So in MLA, they have what we call a works cited page. It's a separate page, not at the end of it's the very last page of your research paper, not with the paragraphs, not with the conclusion, but a separate page. So I thought it would be helpful for you to know what this looks like and how to create one in a very general way. You will do this in a much more specific way later on. But just so you have a general idea of what a works cited page is, this is an example. And you can see that the references or works are in alphabetical order by last name. So this is the last name of the author. This is the first name. You have a comma. After the name, you have a period. The title of the article will be in quotations. The publisher will be in italics. Then you have the date. Then you have a web address. And then you have the date that you accessed the site. Now, this can get more complicated, and APA has its own way of doing a works cited page. This can be very time consuming for students, for anyone really. When I have to write a works cited page for my presentations and articles, it takes a long time because you have to have the comma in the right place and the period in the right place and the spacing just right. So I wanted to show you kind of a cheat. So it makes it a little faster for you. You still need to check to make sure it's correct, but it can save you a lot of time. So the first thing I want to do is go to, I have to open my other window, is go to a Google Doc. So open your Google Docs. And I'm going to use the presenter report from my level 6 reading class to show you how this works. So I'm going to send you a link, and you can also definitely look it up on your own. It's Purdue Owl. So it's owl.purdue.edu. And then you can look for the MLA. We're doing MLA. There's also an APA. So you can feel free to use whichever one your professor requires. I am currently using MLA, the 8th edition. So that's what I'm showing you today. So again, you see the author's last name, first name, title in quotations, publisher in italics, and then the date and a comma, and the web address and a period, and then accessed by. So what I think I would like to show you how it works before I show you how to download. And then I'm going to talk about what to do if you have a problem. So first you go to your Google Docs, and then let's say my instructor needs here the reading selection, the works cited here. Okay, so I'm going to, you might know how to download an add-on. If you do, it's pretty simple. You go to Get Add-ons. And the one we're looking for is EasyBib Bibliography Creator. It's not perfect, but it's quite helpful. So you click Manage Bibliography. And if your computer is a little slow like mine, it might take it a moment. Over at the side, you have to click which resource you're using. So this only lets you do books, journals, and websites. If you're looking at a movie, or if you're looking at music or a video game, you will have to look this up on the MLA. I would use Purdue Owl. I would go to Purdue Owl. They have, if we scroll down, they have electronic resources, other common resources. If we click other common resources, you might be able to find what you're looking for. So you need to explore. Don't be afraid. Here's an interview. If you're interviewing someone, I've had to do this before and didn't know how, so I Googled it. If you're doing a speech or a lecture, a panel discussion. So this has different, a painting or a photograph. This has different kinds of sources, a song or an album, films and movies. So if you're taking a film class, you might need to look at this. So this Purdue OWL is a great resource. So I'm going to click. Well, the one I want to do is this one. It's an article by the New York Times, and it's wanting me to sign in, but I'm just going to copy the address. Let's say this is my article, Saving the Planet. Let's say this is my web address, and I'm going to go over here to website. Now, this is important because if you just put book or journal article, it won't work. So I paste the website address and click search. Okay, so Executive on a Mission Saving the Planet. Executive on a Mission Saving the Planet, New York Times. Let's see if I can find anything. It's kind of giving me an attitude right now. It wants me to sign in. But this looks New York Times, so I'm going to select this. And I only want to add one. So Dean, yes, 2007. Okay, I want to add a bibliography to my doc. So I'm going to click this. Now you may feel like nothing just happened. What a waste. But scroll down, because the cool thing it does here is it actually creates everything that you need. The only thing missing from here is the accessed by or accessed on. So we accessed this on 28 March. Today's the 28th of March, 2020. Oh, not 29. I don't think I'll be alive in 29. That's the only thing I need to add to my article. Now, or add to my works cited. Now, there's a couple of things for you as a student. Number one, you need to remove this hyperlink. So you need to unlink it, remove link, because that can't be linked in your final paper that you give to your professor. And also, this cannot be in blue. So you need to go in and put it in black. Okay? If you're doing this particular assignment that I have here for my students, you just cut this and delete this because you don't need that for this report. And then you'll just put it here. But notice it's very cool. This does what we call a hanging indent, and it's in alphabetical order. I got a period, I have quotation marks, I have italics, a comma, the New York Times, a comma, the date. It's really very helpful. So all you need to do is to download the add-on. And so it's get add-ons. I already have it, so it won't work exactly correctly. And it's EasyBib Bibliography. So if you just type in easy and then you get bib, it's the first one. So I will leave you here. Hopefully this works for you. If it doesn't work, I will have another video explaining what you do in that case.